All right, guys, we are live again at the Elk County Insane Asylum. So we're going to follow up on some Cora requests today. Visit a commission meeting again. Got the doc back here trailing in. So you think that was Jill's assistant that went over next door a little bit ago?
It was. You want to wait until somebody shows up?
Huh?
You want to wait until somebody shows up?
I guess we can.
We walk on the other side tomorrow.
Well, I'm kind of tired of having to give my name to get in here and give my information and everything, because that is actually a bit of a problem. Elk County Public Works has moved, and the doors are definitely secured. Let's run around the other side and let's see who all's going in. It shouldn't be that hard to get into a public building. There's somebody going in over here, but I bet we're not going to be able to keep up with them. Howdy.
How you doing?
Doing all right?
Good. Here for another meeting, are you?
We are. Well, so you can't actually come in without giving your ID and everything here, apparently. Is it working today?
Sounds like it.
Uh-oh. All right. Hello.
Hi.
Is Carrie available?
Just a moment.
All right. Are you Carrie?
How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
We need to do some Cora work. I'm having a hard time getting responses from people down here.
Okay.
So I sent in requesting courthouse security videos, officer videos, all kinds of stuff, and I realize that you're not in charge of a lot of that, but
No, but I think they're wanting from now on me to get all the core requests.
are you handling everything now?
Well, I'm just taking the requests and I'll try to get
Okay.
everything put together.
All right, good. So sounds maybe like we're trying to get back on top of
Has that
things.
sewing machine been eating quarters that you're aware of?
Did it eat yours?
Oh man, I was wanting a Pepsi, but
Hey, Christina, can we get the pop machine opened?
You're
It
out of
ate
line.
their money.
All
Yeah,
right.
it does that.
how's that
Sorry.
for service? Thank
So-
you, appreciate it.
Yep.
If you want to, I guess I'll pull these out and let you make
I can make copies, yeah.
copies. All right, so we've got, this was the first one sent, a follow-up to it,
Okay.
and then that's everything in order.
Okay, I'll be right back. Fine. Okay, is this the only thing I need? Or?
Double check. Yep, that should be it for right
Okay,
now.
I'll be right back.
That's a nice Pepsi. Opened it up for me. So what's going on?
Apparently they're gonna have all court requests going through her now. Hopefully that
Sheriff?
means. Yeah, she said even the body cam ones, hopefully that means that it's actually gonna get handled right though. So.
Wasn't that something?
Sure, I give you back your originals.
Well, she is
Okay.
the only one that's
And then-
responded
oh,
to
nope.
us.
Are these the originals?
Yeah, they're colored.
Oh, okay. Okay, got
Mine,
it.
I didn't do mine in color.
No problem. And then, I guess, do you have a couple more core forms? Because we do
Yeah.
need to get new ones, new cores in for the body cam from the 9th, and you have some employees that filmed us in the meeting room, and stuff.
Okay.
How do you want those all on one, on separate ones?
As
Okay.
much as you can get on one, that way I don't have a million of them
Okay.
everywhere.
And you wouldn't also be taking the complaints for the sheriff's department as well?
We can.
Okay,
yeah.
great. We had a very difficult time, to say the least, last time we tried to do that over there.
Okay. Oh, keep you.
You want to do these two then?
Oh, the complaints.
The two complaints? Yeah, a couple of those would be fine. A couple of the core requests.
Make sure you certification on the back.
We don't do the certification things.
Oh, okay.
There's not a statute that requires this.
Okay.
Yeah. These are the two complaints that were hopefully submitted to the sheriff department, but
Okay.
we handed them off to John Beaumont last time we were down here.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not sure what actually happened to him because the lady that was over there was actually yelling at him in the back room too.
Okay.
And then if
Do
we
you
could
want
just get a,
copies of these?
do you want copies of this?
Well, I would like the originals back, but if you want to take a copy of that way you know what's going on there as well.
And then one of the issues that we were having over there is that they initially handed us, it was like a witness statement form. We were like,
Yeah,
no,
they
that's not
were-
what we want. And then they went
they
ahead
were
and
giving
handed
us
us this, and we filled them out, and then
these.
we would like the voluntary statement form. And so they gave us these, and we're like, okay, we'd like to file another complaint. Something just came up, and they're like, they refused to give us these, and instead gave us that again. So we were just wondering if we could get a blank form, so then we can make our own copies.
Mine aren't identical to this, but they're a complaint form.
Okay.
It's all within county, so
Okay.
it's,
Which, is better than a victim statement, is what they were wanting. That's not what we were
Yeah.
doing.
how many do you need?
Just a couple's fine.
Like
We'll
I
make
said,
copies.
There's still, they say Elk, or county clerk, but
Okay.
they're still for the whole county.
All right.
I'm not gonna make copies of
There,
these.
those, and then we'll
Go
be
back over here.
good for here. All right. You guys have been the highlight of our trips down here. It wasn't that hard, was it?
There's original with that.
Right. And we'll do some preparing and bring those back to you before we leave today. Have the meeting here soon.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Gary.
You're welcome.
That is kind of interesting, you know? What grade did you get last time? I had, not, about 19. Did you?
Had full age.
Good job. Wait, now, senor.
Mr. Russell, was that you I just came in behind
Yes.
in the courthouse?
Yep.
Is there any way we can get that, all the signage down and all the security policies kind of corrected around here? I don't remember you asking me for ID and everything before I could come in that door.
I recognize you.
Yeah?
I do want to look into that and.
He's supposed to be here.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. He's on the, ain't he on the agenda?
Yeah, okay, good, good, cause yeah, I do wanna be behind them all the way, so. And that, this Tyler Garst, that's the same one that the development committee that's been bringing us all the.
Yeah, I don't know what he's,
Well, I talked to,
I don't know how better they just do his deal.
they're just wanting us to know they're still interested in doing the work if we so allow.
You guys normally sit down as a quorum before the meeting like this?
When we're discussing paperwork that's been put in front of us, it's the first time we've all seen.
Yeah? Do you guys all have Kansas open meeting training and such?
To a point.
Just want to point out that you guys have established a quorum here. Might want to have your county attorney advise you on some things that happen when that goes on.
Be right back.
Alright, so what was her name again? We got, Sherry Kaminsky.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, good. How are you guys?
All right.
We're gonna get the video footage.
Well, Mr. Keenan, how are you?
They took about this.
Fine, ma'am. Are you? Mr. Kennedy died.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
This is that email from the state for the RAWs, you know, the student loan
Yes.
repayment stuff. This is the email I got.
Okay.
And there's the
I'm good.
resolution.
What did you?
If you guys wanna
Pass.
do it or what you wanna do. I'm gonna go and run and get my folder for RAWs to see what we're
So-
usually doing.
Okay, so we need to pass this resolution. Or is there already?
Yeah, and also
Well,
we did
no,
receive
I don't have that.
a grant.
The Raw's grant, that's the
That
year.
5,000 one.
Yes, that's her
And
email.
this is a separate
Right.
one to
Yeah, and
renew
this is
our
actually the cheapest, so we have the
on
cheapest
RAWs, but I was
phones,
gonna
we
go
have
in and get
cheapest
the
highlights,
file
and
so
the
you guys
cheapest
could
one.
look at it.
Okay.
See what we normally do
Thank you.
on it.
The unlimited everything, because we need those to do our documentation, but the
Right.
phones, we don't need all that. So
Right,
That's,
right. Okay.
and that's what four devices, so that's what we take care
I
of.
don't take care of what hell I pay 400 and something.
I know.
4, 5, 6.
So, yeah, because at my house, we have two devices, and our internet service is like 300.
Right, say it is.
What's the jailer's name? Do you remember?
Excellent.
I
Excellent.
hope we can do it.
Sure. Okay.
Dan, hey guys, we're filling out the
What are you
card for
doing?
the jailer's footage. Does anybody remember his name?
understand.
What's the jailer's?
I had
name?
half, or just take under half.
In town?
Inch
Yeah.
and 3/10.
Really?
You had an inch and 3/10 from me last night?
Yeah, good last, nice rain.
Oh, wow.
Ours came through this morning and, I mean, what we got this morning, we had just right at 9, 10.
There's Danny.
We'll take it. We'll take anything in August.
Sherry.
Had an inch and a quarter, headquarters.
There.
What are you doing sitting
Yeah.
in the seat?
She not sit, I normally
Take
sit
a
up
bunch of
front.
video of us
I'm a
today.
good boy, I sit up front. All the he's in the
Sherry
back.
right here and Dawn over here, both of them
Hi, John, how are you?
decided to take a bunch of video last time we were here.
I like it.
Primary election fuel reimbursement. Yeah.
That's the most you have to pay somebody. I like it.
Oh, thank you.
Is it this weekend?
I tell you what, they can, but it just makes me look like a genius, you know, and they just throw a few things in. I just rip them off, you know, put it out
Bet he
county
skips
on
this
it,
one.
so.
This is on the agenda though.
I didn't know when they brought back on Friday, I didn't know, because I had to go back and see what I
See, last time I left my
I have a last one sitting back there.
Sit anywhere you want. Oh, you want me to pull a chair up there by your wife?
We sit together all the time.
Oh, I'm glad. Does your wife beat you like my wife beats me?
Oh, my God.
She does, she means hell.
You alert, like,
Hey, I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to Andrew. Hi, Paul. What do you think? I know your wife beats you.
that's what, did you read the Sherry?
See, the certification.
We're not a member, and, yeah, we're not a member of that, and that's for hazmat.
Right.
We don't have
Powers
any hazmat training whatsoever, or equipment.
And also, I think to me that, I think she is going to host a, they were, contacted to host a shore water rescue.
Oh, really?
And so I other people in, and I said we absolutely had to. That way.
Send me the information on that.
Well, they don't have it booked yet, but I
Oh,
should say
okay.
they will. But, they reach out to, whoever needs to reach out to Signage,
Okay.
figure out what code is it, so I thought either would be willing to go to Signage.
Absolutely.
So I'll let you know when it is.
Okay.
They usually don't like to be seen for a while.
Yep.
Mr. Dean, we get some of those Cora stuff clarified yet? Got quite a few requests that we put in that haven't been acted on.
Well, they have been acted on.
Actually, no, they haven't. I've not received a
Okay,
single
I'm
response.
not here to argue with you about it, and we've started compiling some of the information that's been requested. I've
I've-
also asked you to.
I've not even received a response saying that you've received the request. I just gave them all to Carrie. Yeah, seriously. So whoever you're responding to isn't me. So,
All right, folks. Showtime, 1 o'clock. Per usual, I would like to call this meeting to order, and we'll start with the pledge of allegiance and a prayer. And I would like to ask Mr. Russell to lead us. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, we thank you for letting us be here today and conduct this business. Help be with us and guide us, Lord, and let the words of our mouths and the meditation of our hearts be pleasing unto you. In Jesus' name, amen.
there's no security here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Approval of the minutes. Mr. Chairman. Yes, sir.
So moved to approve the minutes as presented in the July 29th meeting.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the July 29th meeting as presented. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried 3-0. And special meeting for July 30 also.
Oh, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
so moved to approve the minutes of the July 30th meeting as presented.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the special meeting from July 30th. Any, as presented, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried 3-0. Public forum. This time we would have the public stand and address. We'd like to limit it to about 5 minutes. But first and foremost, I would like to address the public. And I'd like to start with apologizing to everybody in the room for letting the meeting get out of hand and out of control. I was caught flat-footed last week or 2 weeks ago. I assure you that sort of behavior will not be tolerated. I believe in the First Amendment rights and your right to speak, but you will not be using vulgarity and profanity in my meeting. And I try not to. I ask that everybody else tries not to too. If it does come to that, we will ask you to please remove yourself from the meeting. And 2, this is not a place to discuss legal matters. There's a time and a place for that, and it is not here. All right. The floor is to whomever would like to speak first.
Well, I'd like to fucking talk.
And sir,
Yeah,
right now, no more.
yeah. No, I'm gonna fucking talk. And if you throw me out, it is a First Amendment violation. I think Mr. Dean can recognize that. So if you wanna throw me out for the speech that I say, that's great. We can fucking do that. But I've got this goddamn core request here that I'm gonna go ahead and give to.
Hold up, guys.
Carrie there.
I asked politely, and
I've
I
asked-
would like for you to remove yourself.
I've asked a number of things politely of this county, core request. I've asked you to clarify whether we'd be in charge or not. Nobody wants to say a fucking word to me. But you're not gonna throw me out because of the words that I say.
Mr.
My
Chairman.
speech cannot be hindered. That is the First Amendment. So if you believe in the First Amendment, you have to let me fucking talk. Do you not understand that?
Mr. Chairman, I move to recess until he removes himself.
Second.
Okay. I'm
Been
not
moved and
removing
seconded to
myself,
recess
so
until further notice.
we're in
Any further
recess.
discussion?
But
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Okay.
Carried 3-0.
So can you explain to us how you support the First Amendment, but just have somebody removed for the words that he's saying? That's the First Amendment, guys. That's clear as day. Clear as day. Can you explain that, please, Jake?
This meeting has been adjourned.
That's great. I'm asking you right now, as a citizen sitting here. Can you explain that to us, please? What behavior were you referencing? What behavior did you try to make our free speech into to criminalize us? As far as I know, we were just talking in here. That ain't behavior. Those are words. Everyone to get the sheriff right. We just said, I'm gonna go get a walker.
yeah, go get them. And I want to make sure that Don and Sherry don't delete any videos because we put in a core request for those videos.
Whatever.
Guys, this isn't going to work out well. You
Can't believe
can't,
your attorney
you-
just sitting there letting you do this.
you can't silence people for the words that they say.
You understand that, right? Because somebody could come in and say, your prayer was offensive. What are you gonna do then? What are you gonna do then? It's only offensive if you guys think it is? Is that what it is? I'm not saying that prayer is offensive, I'm saying people could.
I
That's
hope-
the point of free speech, guys.
I hope you guys stop this before the sheriff enunciates a threat of arrest, because once he does that, that's the point where a 1983 lawsuit happens.
If you get arrested right up in here,
Yeah. And I do reserve my time up there. When I come back, I'll be expecting to finish that when we come back in session.
You're just like every other tyrant. They start off saying, I respect the First Amendment, and then they say, but. That but means you don't respect it. That's not free speech.
Up here, that way
That's
everybody
what
can
every
see
tyrant says.
that I'm not doing anything. That way when the sheriff comes in, they can see that I didn't do anything to cause any problems or disorderly conduct is what they usually like to add to this stuff.
As the meeting started.
Yeah, they stopped the meeting because they didn't like the words we said, or words I said.
We're in recess.
Okay,
We're recessed for a moment.
no, you're fine, Ron.
How come you answer her question and not mine?
Mr. Dean, are you really gonna allow this commission to get themselves sued over words? Do you not want to advise them of the Glick case? How about Coenby, California? Kaminsky, any of them? I find it shocking that your attorney would sit there silent and let you do this, knowing that it's gonna cost the county money. The First Amendment was written for the speech that you don't want to hear. The First Amendment was written specifically for those words.
You guys act like a bunch of lefties. And you guys are liberals. There's some words you know. That's what liberals do. You don't look like a liberal with your cowboy shirt and your little long mustache. I'll tell you what, I've dealt with enough liberals that do this shit. That's exactly what they do. Everything you said and did just now. You're a radical progressive, aren't you? Are you a Biden supporter? You voted for Biden? Oh, you probably support Kamala?
So, yeah, I'll go ahead and let you guys know. Apparently, we're in recess right now. Somebody's going to get the sheriff apparently to remove me for the words that I said. So we'll see how this works out,
You
but
got a pretty good rank. Yep. You will should be good on
Okay, so.
kind of crazy.
I got a lot of mowing done earlier, so
So
I'm
I'm
fishing.
wondering,
It thanks you, Gary.
okay, so do you want me to relay this to Julie?
If you, I just thought you would, since you've been talking to her, that I did talk to Patrick out at Kennis the other day about this, on election day, actually.
The funny thing is had you not said that we weren't allowed to say those words, I probably wouldn't have. I'm being honest with you, because as soon as you said that we couldn't say those words, I told him, I said, I got this.
Okay, well, I'll talk to Julie.
live right now. So, I don't know how many's watching, but if it's live, they can all see what's going on.
No.
Maybe he's gonna go back there and get advised that he can't actually do this.
You're gonna eavesdrop by the door, that's
What are you
classic.
talking about? I was sitting here this whole time.
Oh, okay.
I've been sitting here this whole
You
time.
gotta share-
I went to look to make sure he was recording. Don't worry about what I'm doing. I didn't eavesdrop. I was sitting right here the whole time, lady. I was sitting right here the whole time. You know that. You saw me sitting here. It's not like I just came up here.
Don Sanders was sitting there earlier and I didn't see.
On your feet, lose your seat, I guess. I don't know. Is this a reserve seat or what? Oh, okay. Okay, because he got up to get the sheriff, so I figured he ain't sitting here.
I
Everything's all right.
apologize, I
Thank you.
I'm not sure why everybody's getting sideways about all this.
I know, man. Jeez, can't even sit here without being accused of something. Something wrong.
I bet that attorney's back there telling them they can't do this. He just won't do it out in the open where other people can hear it. They're gonna come back in here and restart the meeting, and I'm gonna get back up there and finish my speech as I was gonna go. You guys pick a fight with some people that you don't wanna do that with,
And for no reason.
for no reason.
Goodness gracious.
We came down to do a couple records requests and you guys lost your minds. Mr. Hendricks, at the point that I put together a book like this on your county, we're not going away, man. We're not going away. So, yeah. And Carrie, that court request, I can just get a copy of it at some point, whenever it's fine.
The one you just
Yeah.
did? Let's do it now since we're.
Until we were told about the words that we couldn't say, I was actually planning to read from a C-post complaint that's been filed, and from an Office of the Disciplinary Administrator complaint that's being filed about activities in this county that you guys should be handling and getting on top of before it costs you real serious money.
Oh, Michael, they're all worried about bad words. Not bad policy. AKA liberals. You ain't a liberal, are you, Doug? That mustache.
Thank you, ma'am.
Do you want the original or the copy, or does it matter?
I think maybe Carrie Garrett ought to be running the county, because I gotta be honest, the city clerk's office is the one office in this county that runs like it should, and there's no issues.
Professional, responsive,
Even though Joe Love tried to make it an issue.
not discriminating against us for no reason, unlike Joe over there, this commission here.
They actually told us that they made no complaint, Joe, so you just fabricated that stuff
I mean, you lied about that.
about us.
Why would you do that, Joe?
They didn't make a complaint about us.
What did we ever do to you? What did we ever do to you, Joe? Matter of fact, Michael, we were saying nothing but nice things about him on our first visit until he went online and started calling us freaking right-wing.
Until that Facebook post, we thought you were pretty cool.
I would have pegged Joe for a right-wing extremist. Turned out he's a radical progressive. How embarrassed. Do you vote for Biden?
What's worse?
How embarrassing.
What's worse is they have a problem with us because we're supposedly just internet warriors. But where does he go to complain about us?
The internet.
To the internet.
Of course. You wouldn't say any of that to our face. Played the victim like a liberal.
Johnny on his way? Johnny on his way over here?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
who all was here.
There with.
No, he's not leaving this room until I got a question for him. I can't get him on the dang phone. Or email, you know what I mean?
So yeah, I'm being rejected.
Anyway, I got.
But,
great.
We got Joe over here.
You wanna come down?
On Monday.
I'm going around.
No.
You wanna-
It's a lot of legal. That's gonna be a whole deal.
Okay.
I just want to.
I don't know, I know it is. They'll let us know if they're reconvening today.
Yes,
They may not.
they
I
did.
don't know if they'll ever.
I think Don actually likes me. Come over to sit next to me like this. Yeah. We're gonna be butt buddies tonight.
It depends on if you guys get off each other.
I won't,
Yeah.
I won't let
Yeah.
them use the paper form until
You're doing it here.
What'd you do with that footage that you got of us a couple weeks ago? It's already on YouTube? Really? I tried to give you a link to share it with us. We would have put you out there and got you subs for your YouTube channel if we'd known you were
You
doing
guys
that.
are awesome. You guys are great.
I'll let you know.
Well,
You're welcome.
I'll look, see if I have a.
yeah, let's see.
I don't blame you.
Well, yeah.
Mr. Dean, we get things worked out here? Yeah. So am I really gonna watch the county counselor call the deputy out to tell him what to do? The county counselor does not run this, and the county counselor is not a law enforcement officer either. You're not to be giving him instructions on what to do. What are you doing?
Last week they didn't have any control over them. This week he's leading them around.
What are you doing? He works for the sheriff. He doesn't work for you. What's this county counselor doing? You've lost your mind. Perry Russell, you need to straighten these guys out. That county counselor thinks he can call a deputy out and start giving him instructions.
Oh, one
Public, yeah.
of, one of your,
Yes,
okay.
so. Yeah, Taylor's.
I don't have to worry about you going through my stuff, do I?
What's that?
You served in the military?
No, that's on you, whatever.
Well, I know I'm asking, do I need to worry about you
Do you
going
need
through
to
my
worry
stuff?
about it?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Oh, okay.
If you need to worry about it, then worry about it.
Mike.
If not, then don't.
Mr. Dean, are we getting arrested today or not?
I need to call you
Am I gonna be able to finish my talk?
for the pizzas when it comes.
Oh, yeah, just let me know.
Okay.
See if Mr. Russell, Mr. Hendricks are ready to reconvene.
Well, you said you weren't gonna reconvene until he was removed.
Oh, I'm still here.
No, I said until further notice, is what I
No,
said.
you said
3 minutes.
until I was left, sir. Okay, we got it recorded.
Is
It's
there
good.
somebody keeping minutes?
Okay. Okay, we're back in session. There was no action taken. And once again, we're going to go into the open forum. And once again, I would like to reiterate my request as to please keep the language civil. I am not fond of vulgarity and profanity, and especially in my meeting. So if we could please carry forward as I think everybody knows we should. We are back in public forum. The floor is yours, sir.
Had a nice little talk with the attorney and now it's please and thank you, right? Instead of you gotta leave and you gotta get the hell out if you don't say the fucking words we wanna hear. Reading from a Kansas Seapost complaint that's been submitted on 2 of your officers here in town. On July 9, 2024, I and Dr. Justin Spees traveled to Howard, Kansas to follow up on several Open Record Act requests, which had not received proper responses and still haven't. Deputy Joseph Love decided to fabricate a charge. Jill Gillette went along with it. came in and told you guys all about it, and I know this is a legal matter, but this is open public speech, and I'm allowed to speak my words regardless of what the topic is. The only topical restraints that you can apply to this are gonna be fighting words and things like that. And you can even do it with your agenda if you do it right. You can follow the Lawrence and Douglas County to do that. But your prosecutor has a number of special rules that are codified by the ODA. They need to refrain from prosecuting a charge that the prosecutor knows isn't supported by probable cause, don't they? A lawyer shall not knowingly make a false statement of fact of law to a tribunal or fail to correct a false statement of material fact or law previously made to that tribunal. And a lawyer may not offer evidence that the lawyer knows to be false. Your lawyer did all those things. And your police have backed it up. Today, coming into the courthouse, Perry Russell opened the door for me out here. Didn't require my ID or anything to get in, didn't require my name and where I'm from and all that. Shows the arbitrary nature of your door down here. He said he recognized me, so he just let me in. So if you don't recognize people, you're just gonna keep them out. That's not the way a public building works. It's like the camera there. The camera there can come in here and film anywhere we want to film. The act of filming alone does not rise to anything. It's not probable cause for anything. It's not harassment. It's nothing. But it becomes a problem when you guys behave the way you do and try to shut it down like you did at the beginning of this meeting. And you tried to act as though there were going to be law enforcement officers that were going to do something about it. That's an intimidating mindset that you have. And Doug, this just makes you uncomfortable as hell, doesn't it? Because you don't like being called out as a bully, do you? But that's what you've acted like. You acted like a bully on the street, you acted like a bully in here, and you guys are still doing it to your own people down here. We're not gonna go away until the bullying around here frickin' stops.
Okay.
I'd like to make a public comment if I could, please.
Floor is yours for 5.
Appreciate it. My name is Dr. Justin Spees, and at the beginning of the meeting there, you said there were some limits to what we could talk about here and had to do with legal matters. So can you define that for us? What do you mean by that? So can I talk about Robert Walker being illegally arrested here and how Jill Gillette lied in the hearing about that? Is that allowable?
Yeah.
Okay, so what legal matters are you talking about?
If you have something, Mr. Dean.
Essentially, if you're threatening litigation or something about pending litigation, dealing with the
Oh.
body, then we're not gonna sit here and debate that, we'll take care of it.
So there's guide rails on free speech. All right, and so then you also
No,
said we
not at all.
can't say cuss words either, so I can't say fuck, can't say shit,
Sir, I asked you politely not to.
can't say motherfucker,
Sir.
can't say.
Okay, hold
fucking
on.
son of a bitch.
Hold on. Your time has been, you're done.
Why?
Because I do not
Free
have,
speech.
sir,
That ain't free
sir,
speech.
hush.
Don't
please.
touch me.
I do not have to allow
You
the
don't.
public comment
Yeah, but
in
once
this open meeting.
Once you open it though,
I
you
did- I
do have
did.
to allow the
Sir,
speaking.
You have
Sir,
to allow
both of
it.
you, I did.
Talk to your attorney.
I did, and I also asked you to refrain
Don't
from
matter.
such vulgarity, and I
Constitution
told you
don't give a
that,
fuck about that, man. Constitution don't give a fuck about that. In fact,
Sir,
that's
sir.
why it's there.
sir,
No.
you're done.
Why
No, I'm
can't
not.
I get
No, I'm
violated
not.
like that?
No, I'm not.
I'd
I'm
like to
not
be
done.
able to sue,
I'm not done.
because now he's
We're
going
done.
to.
Why am I done?
We are moving forward
No,
with
no,
the
no,
meeting.
no. I have 5 minutes.
Sir, you do
I have
not
5
tell
minutes.
me how to run the
I have
show.
5 minutes.
Well, your time is up.
For what reason?
For your vulgarity,
Vulgarity. Okay, so I'm not allowed to speak because of vulgarity?
sir.
Is that true then?
I'm trying to be very, very polite.
Vulgarity?
All you're doing is this is public comment.
Exactly.
People try to address the commission about things that are important for the commission to deal with.
Right,
Not
like
just
him
listen to somebody give us-
restricting free speech,
Not
is that
just
not important
sitting
then?
here giving us a list of cuss words. I mean,
Because he said we couldn't say it.
I didn't
That's
say you
restrict-
couldn't, I asked you
You
very
just
nicely
said,
not
I'm
to.
not allowed to speak now because I said
You
those
just shut
words.
down his
What
comments
do you
saying he
mean?
can't say
I'm not allowed
that.
to speak it.
All right, moving forward,
You're still speaking.
moving forward.
Exactly.
Okay.
I should have 5 minutes.
Moving forward, we're going to go into department reports.
Somebody else
We're
wants to
going,
speak?
sir, I said we're going into department reports unless there is anything else public
Yeah, I'm not done.
Yeah, you are.
For what
Mr.
reason?
Cannon, the floor is yours.
For what reason?
I'd like to talk to Commissioners, we had a fence viewing out on Road 29.
Mhm.
And the time, the 75 days time elapsed Saturday. We own the property, I have the pasture earmarked to put some replacement heifers in, and I can't do it because there's no fence. And, what right do I have, or how do am I allowed to hire someone to build a fence? What do we do?
That becomes a private civil matter for you at this point in time, that's the whole point of that procedure, so that you can actually recover those costs and expenses. Yes, if you go look at the statutes, it outlines that basically you have the right to build it and collect your costs on it.
What's the possibility I could get the commissioners to come out and view it and make a decision that hasn't been built, then I can proceed.
We can do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what we can.
Yeah, I wouldn't see why not. And I don't know that we have to have a full meeting, just one member is all it would take, wouldn't it, Paul? That way we don't have to call a special meeting.
Just give somebody go out there and just make sure
That's
it's
what I
still in
thought.
the same condition.
Yeah.
So, no, Mr. Dean, if the commissioner rep says that it hasn't been built, then what do I do to get it built?
That becomes more of a private legal issue for you to address. Statutes outline that procedure, but essentially the commission's done what they can do as far as it's concerned.
So, do I hire an attorney to deal with them?
Correct.
Who pays for the attorneys?
You can recover those costs under statutory procedure.
My only question on this matter is, will there be some,
is
document presented by the commissioners that says a second viewing was done by whichever one of the guys?
Typically don't do.
So that Mr. Cannon could have that if he goes to the court, that it was verified that after 75 days was built. That's all we
No
really.
public comment I've ever
Sure, we
seen.
can come up with that document.
All right, thank you very much.
So, anyone, I don't care who,
Good
the
man.
sooner the better, because I kinda need to get the ball rolling.
I'll come out and catch up with you.
Well, I wish we could get that kind of responsiveness on constitutional violations.
You bet.
So we shut one person down, but we have
anything
a
else, public?
conversation about the others.
I'd just like to thank all the people that worked on the election this year. I guess it's probably a thankless job, but for the record, I'd like to thank everybody that donated their time and run the holding deal and got it all done and it went smooth.
Okay, department reports. Ambulance.
Our monthly expense report. And Abigail Bowman, she's starting class on the 16th, and I need a signature from one of you guys to get her state funding approved.
We'll have to make the motion on that.
And then also, US Cellular, back at that, it will be $213 a month for 2 iPhones, and it's the 13, like, we're not getting brand new. And then 2 tablets with phone plans. If I did auto pay, like from my credit card, it would be $184.
What are we doing currently? What's our current plan?
So we have 2 phones, and it's like $85 a month, but these plans are also paying for the devices on an installment. So, in order to get that done, I still need a letter with the letterhead stating that I'm authorized to get that equipment, but we have to, before the first year, get tablets to document, it's good, so we'll have to do that going forward.
I would say bring us what you need and we'll make sure that, because
What we got to do on that?
I have a letter,
Okay.
Started, I just haven't finished
Okay.
it
If you
yet.
just send that to me, then you guys can sign it and get the ball rolling.
sounds good.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I move to approve this education incentive grant program for Abigail Bowman.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the Educative Sin Grant Program for Abigail Bowman. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried, trio. Let's see. Appraiser, they're up there. Miss Cordell, Emergency Management.
The wholesale 23 water tower equipment, bill, we did, I did authorization, for using the 911 funds for that. So that 9,500 will be out of those 911 funds. Public Works and I had a meeting with KDM regarding the public assistance program from our storm damage in April. John may have more information, I don't know, in his report. I attended the monthly KEMA meeting in Wilson County on the 1st. I went to Elk Falls and Moline City Councils, and they have adopted the hazard mitigation program. All the sirens passed the August test. And then Dave Jackson finally got the siren board replaced with the Moline siren, the second siren in Moline, so both of those should work now. I would like to apply, I guess, for EMPG again this year, but I need authorization, from you guys. If you'll let me, the chairman has to sign on it, if you guys all let me apply for the EMPG grant, the Emergency Management Performance Grant again this year. Not a whole lot, it's a lot of work for a little bit of fun.
You move?
Yeah, I'll
Second.
accept that.
Been moved and seconded to allow Ms. Cordell to move forward with the Emergency Management Performance Grant application. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried, trio.
How many dollars do you get?
It's based on how many people, how much funding the federal government gets the state, how many applicants within the counties. A lot of counties don't do it because it really, and it's based a lot on, a residency population. Ours, they said to expect about the same that we got last year, which I think was 8,500. So it's not much, it's a lot of work for very little, but.
I started to make the date out, but I stopped before, figured it had to be at the submitted date.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, health, Miss Candy, any good stories?
The road show that I invited you to has been postponed.
I saw that.
Okay.
Oh, man. I shut
I
down
knew you
everything
was
for,
gonna-
I shut down everything for
I
you.
know.
I was excited about going.
I was kind of excited about going to the Greenwood Hotel. Free, nice place. Anyway, that's all I have.
Do they have a date?
No, I'm thinking they'll probably try to do that with the KAC conference.
Yeah, that's what I thought, they're gonna try to wrap it up with something else to
Yeah,
make sure they get a good,
Good turnout,
participation.
right.
Yeah.
right.
Public Works, Mr. Sanders.
Okay, we'll start off with our
That's our cameraman from last time.
Okay, we did have an employee resign. He put in his 2 weeks notice. He's moved on to bigger and greater things. Andrew Owens, his official last day will be this Thursday. We did hire another employee, Ernest Townsley. He will start on the 26th of August, I believe. So those are those two maneuvers within the road department. We did have an employee sign off on a CDL agreement. So Jake, I'm gonna need you to sign that, and then we will continue that process. Okay, we got word back from our K-Camp people. We did receive, we're supposed to receive a $71,900 check for the grader.
that, we had the insurance claim on. The Kirk and Michael has come down on the bridge on Osage Trail. The estimated cost on it's $422,000. So they will, the release date on it is probably sometime in the spring is when they'll let it out this fall, and then this coming spring will kind of be the build area that we're looking
Was
at.
that the Green Ranch Bridge?
Pardon me?
Was that which bridge was that?
This is the Osage Trail Bridge.
I'm sorry.
Osage Trail in Little Wayne, or just outside of Little Wayne. And the plumbing repairs have been completed in the registered deeds office, so that's all I have.
So the plumbing wasn't real major in the.
It is pretty major. It is pretty major. But we survived and we made it through, and we've got some shelving to redo in Stephanie's office, and then we'll be back in operation.
Great.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I move to accept the resignation of Andrew Owens. It's effective on 8/15/24 from the Spring Bridge Department.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the resignation of Andrew Owens from the Road and Bridge Department, effective 8/15/24. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried 3-0.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I move to accept the hire of, I believe this is Ernest Townsley.
Yes,
Okay. Missing an N after the W in Townsley, so I.
Ernest Towsley.
It is
Sorry, I
Townsley?
misunderstood,
Okay,
just like it's spelled.
all right.
Housley.
Townsley, for the road department at $16.50 an hour. Starting date is 8/26.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the hire of Ernest Towsley at a rate of $16.50 to the road department, effective date 8/26/24. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried 3-0. Okay, moving forward, registered deeds.
Just have my monthly report.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Pay for the plumbing?
That's funny. I doubt it.
Community development.
Hey, I have a few things, on the base grant, administration portion, I have a couple of emails. Basically, you know, I'd asked for a revision to procurement policy, and, I have been told by them that they, for their purposes, they need a procurement policy that's anything over 5,000 regardless, goods or services, has to go out for competitive bid. So, you know, if we're to continue with the base grant, we need to, revise our policy. And he said, you know, that you can, that's in his email, that you can adopt this policy as an addendum, and then, you know, once the base grant is finished, then you don't have to, you know, keep it in there anymore. You can remove the addendum or whatever. But, I don't know whether we have the, procurement policy on the agenda for today. I actually did.
It was on the old business.
It's on old business. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, the next thing I have is, I'm meeting with SCED this Thursday to start this grant administration process, and, I also had a kickoff meeting with the engineers from MKC last week to talk about the master plan, and, I need to get them some more information from the survey, before they can proceed, so, I'll send them that. And, Also on that, you know, we talked a little bit about the sumac sprouts that were coming back up. So I contacted, NRCS and asked, you know, normally you wouldn't spray sumac this time of year because it develops the tannins about July 15th and you can't kill it after, you know, about that time. It's real easy to kill before that time, but since we had just cut this and this is actively growing, they said you could get in there if you wanted to and spray it, probably hit it with 2,4-D and it would do all right. So we got the aerial spraying, obviously for 40 acres is not really feasible, not gonna be an option anyways, too close to Moline. So we could do it with the ground rig, either if the county wanted to do it with the ground rig, or we can do it by, with the drones. And so I did contact, one of the drone outfitters, he hasn't called me back yet to see kind of what that, you know, what that entails. That does, the drone application causes, you know, less drift, you know, cause they're right down there on it. And it's a, you know, it's a good application for a small acreage like this, so, I'll wait to see what we get, but we probably don't wanna wait too long on that, you know, just because once that stuff keeps growing, it'll get tough to kill. So, anyway, so that's that. I might talk with Nick a little bit more about that, outside the meeting here. And, then, Moline, the 300 North Plum in Moline, Freeze did complete their work. I don't know if they had done that by the time we had our last meeting. I did get the survey results from Wichita State University's Community Engagement Institute, and I'd like to go over that a little bit with you. We can either do it now or in community, or in commissioner discussion time, either one, whatever you wanna do. So, I have that. I think that's all I really needed to tell you at this portion of the meeting.
Thank you very much. Rule fire, Mr. Todd.
507 is just about put back together, so we should be in pretty good shape. I would like to ask permission to purchase a county phone through Rural Fire. I had some issues with my personal phone, and I don't want those issues any longer. So with your approval, I would like to get one from Candy.
Don't most department heads have a telephone? I don't.
No. Mine doesn't. I think the health department does, and the sheriff's office, but that's about it.
Okay.
Public works.
No, they do not. It'll be $41.29 or whatever it is.
I have no problem with it.
No, I don't either.
There you go.
You know, some of his problems, especially if some of his problems are coming from work on his personal phone,
It is.
he needs to be able to
Yep.
use a phone from county business, so
Entertain a motion on that, gentlemen?
I'll move to allow the, get himself a county phone.
Second. Been moved and seconded to allow Rural Fire to purchase a phone for the fire chief. Any further discussion through county funds? Any further discussion?
Nope.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried 3-0.
Thank you.
You bet.
Any discussion on fire issues?
I asked him,
No, I'm asking, is there any discussion from the public about concerns about fire issues?
Go on.
No?
we're gonna carry on.
Your dispatch center's not reaching the whole county from what I understand.
Sheriff's Department, they have a report.
Sheriff's not here. I don't have anything to report.
Todd, can you tell me why Longton is cut off?
Put that on my face when I talk to you.
concern that I'm hearing from the people as well.
No, I want my guys safe. So if we gotta go, then they should do that fine. But,
Make sure Longton Fire's here and broadcast if you would. Just double check.
absolutely, I don't have an issue with
All
that.
right, thank you. Yeah.
Plan on sticking around.
I don't know, what do you think?
I wanna get out of here, man. So let's see if there's anything else. I wanna see if, actually, no, I'll stick around.
Huh?
I'm gonna stick around, I gotta ask him a question.
We have, I would like to know if our coalition would be able to utilize some of that money for, things that we might need, that are drug-free coalition.
I would think so, but
Huh?
I said I would think so, but I'd have to take a double check.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Kind of like what I was talking to schools.
Okay, very good.
Ms. Carey, County Clerk.
Okay, I do have a few things. One, the mileage reimbursement did go up for the state, so it's at 67 cents a mile now. And I did, email all the department heads of the change. So since we're based on the state, we just keep rolling with it whenever it changes. And we did change the mileage reimbursement form, and it has been sent out to everybody.
Do we need to make a motion on that, or is that
No,
something we
it's
just follow
set-
the
We
state's?
set that a few years back, so we
To just
wouldn't
follow-
have to.
just
to
follow the state.
Mhm.
Okay.
What is the new amount on my?
67 cents.
67?
Mm-hmm, yep. And it was 65.
Okay.
Okay. Second thing is the 2024 audit. And then we got the 2026 budgets with Jared Fillmore and Gillip's contracts. If you guys want to look at those, if you want Paul to look at them first. I put a sticky note on these. This is the budget, and that's the price of the contract, within the contract. This is the audit, and that will be the price for the audits.
I'm gonna say Paul needs to
So if you
go
want
through
Paul to
them.
look for Adam first, before motions are made.
Yes, thank you, Paul.
I wanted to ask Sheriff, do you know if Frank's returned his Visa and Lex cards?
I do not, I will look in the, he left everything in the charger.
Okay, if we can get them over at the clerk's office.
Yeah, I'll
be
look later,
great.
if I find them over in the
Okay. And then the RAWs, and you have a copy of all the RAWs stuff. Last year, we did 9,000 on the resolution. And we wait till the end of the year to pay, so whatever, we don't actually pay the 9,000 right now. We'll wait until we get a bill at the end of the year. So it won't, most generally, it's not 9,000, but we allow for 9,000. Isn't that right, Sherry? Isn't that how?
Yes.
We had 9,000.
That's up to 9,000, correct?
Yes,
We
yes,
have up to 6 applicants.
yes.
That's right.
Okay. And that's all I have.
So we basically just need to approve. No, we applied for this, or we just?
So yeah, I'm gonna come back here and talk to you guys a little bit. So, I don't ever get the lawsuits. It's always Justin that gets them. And you know, the crazy thing is that they basically handed that one to him. And the funny thing is that they basically hand that to him. They take their little session and find out they can't stop me, but they go ahead and stop him. Huh? Well, did they stop you? Yeah. Yeah. It's a 1983 suit, another one. Should get it at 150 most of the time. But no, they just don't seem to get it. That they can't shut down for words. And that's what they're doing. And, yeah. And I think they committed to that violation pretty clearly. And it's funny, the attorney over there, I don't know what kind of attorney that is, but he's not even saying anything to him about not doing any of this. Well, what happened in that back room? He obviously told them they couldn't throw me out, that they're going to throw you out, or crazy that you can't speak, just move on. They don't realize that that's a violation as well. You can't just move on. Tell them, dog. You can't do that, man. You don't just get to move on.
And they say it's because it's being vulgar. Like, oh really? Can we get some clarification on what you even mean by that?
Yeah. Well,
what is it? One man's vulgarity is another man's poetry? Is that
right?
How it goes? I mean, come on now.
One man's curse words, another's lyrics.
Yeah, that's what it is. Come on now, Jay. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
And see, the thing about what these guys never understand is that they never think that they're going to be back on this side, and they go in and start talking, and they get shut down. They never think about what that would be like.
Well, they're part of
setting the precedent.
They're part of the good old boy system, though. They won't get shut down.
Well, but things change. Things change. They could be on this side, just like in Lawrence. Those people could be on this side. I mean, Courtney Shipley is now a citizen. What if she starts talking in a way? What if we're elected? You know, not that we would ever do that, but I'm saying that.
And if the attorney's supposed to, you'd think that he would be trying to help them avoid getting into lawsuits.
Yeah, that he'd be like.
But to me, it seems like he's hoping he's going to get a payday out of this.
Probably, for sure.
You know, because if they get sued, he makes money.
Oh yeah, he's gonna make a lot of money. Probably his lawyer friends that he's gonna enlist to help out, and their law firm and all that shit.
The allocation of the.
It's just nuts. Just nuts.
Isn't it? I just cannot. But it really is an un-American thing for them to sit up there and say, "I respect the First Amendment right, but you
then
can't
immediately,
cuss. You can't
right.
cuss and you can't talk about legal matters." Oh well, then you don't respect the First Amendment because the First Amendment says free speech, motherfucker. Free speech means free speech. It doesn't mean if they're offended by it.
She was wanting to close the door, I think, because they want to hear us.
That's fine. They can close it and go right back in. So anyways, pretty unbelievable. I asked Jake if he had served in the military. He said no. And I think that period there, I think he might be recording with his cell phone. So I'm gonna ask if he's recording. It is recorded, but it's sitting in this phone. I'm not asking him.
I doubt it.
Well, his wife was the one that was recording. Maybe she was like, honey, make sure you're recording that. You know?
Get some good footage of
Remember
us.
last week she was here recording this? That was his wife. They had a conversation with us in here.
Oh, okay. Well, I remember that one there. Sharing your recording.
County attorney. Okay.
Nothing for the county attorney.
Moving on, old business, real estate at 1285 Evergreen. Mowing down, I guess we
Needs to be a cop.
we got open bids here last week. Not done for the house.
That's just that property.
Well, let me,
That's what, are we on that house?
well, we was taking, we were accepting bids on that too. Well, that's a really good question that we probably ought to have some commission discussion about later on in the meeting.
I was actually, I had
Well, what do you
talked
wanna
to
do?
Skid about that house, because Skid has a, what they call community resurgence program, and they buy properties or accept properties and then they fix them up and sell them. And the purpose of that is to, provide housing, increase your housing number, but also to help, with valuations and like, the lot of houses that's, kind of more.
You want to leave?
Improve one of them. Hopefully that helps stimulate the improvement of the others. But anyway, I talked to them and they said, well, if you don't get any bids, you can talk to us about it. And so my thought on that was, I did have one
That lady right there
in the house, they were very interested. But
influence
they
and all
checked with 3 house movers and it was just gonna be prohibited where they were gonna have to do it. They were gonna have to do highway permits, they were gonna cost like
She
$30,000
really has her input.
plus
doesn't she?
getting highway permits
On
and
multiple things.
one other thing, I can't remember what it was.
She accused me. I was sitting in that chair, diagonal in front of her.
Where they
I was
want-
sitting in that chair. I got up
So
just to
I
make
thought, all
sure
right, well, let's just
everything was
find a
set
lot
up here.
bowling
For whatever reason, not that you don't have it. Went back to
For
my
a
seat,
while,
right as the
bro.
attorney and one of the
Yeah, just
commissioners were
rolling
going in there.
around
She
and,
accused me of eavesdropping on them.
anyway,
I'm just sitting
I
there.
looked at the vacant lots
She's
there,
paranoid,
and
yeah.
I asked the appraiser last week, what, you know, who owns these properties, and, yeah, I asked that, but anyway, who owns these properties? And then I looked at the flood map,
Nice thing.
and there's some of those lots, those empty lots, that's probably why they probably took water. So, they are kind of lying in the floodplain. So that's, I mean, I was trying to stay north of the creek, you know, because
Well, if we go over there,
cross
and then he's-
that wild swinging bridge on, you know, that low water, and then our bridge, you know, the bridge that we inherited. It's got some narrow rails right there.
Are you staying there?
Oh, I'm staying with you.
I was gonna say, I'd like to be anchored to your camera. That's when stuff goes wrong. That way if they break out. Yeah, can I get a core request form, please? Thank you. Hey, Michael. I think she's watching your live stream.
Oh, yeah?
Can hear me.
Just muted one.
Yes, please. Thank you. So I'm requesting Commissioner Perry Russell's cell phone footage recording of the 8/12/24 Elk County Commission meeting.
Okay.
Let me get a copy.
And thanks, Perry Russell was recording the meeting, or recording while he was in the meeting. It's interesting that they'll just shut you down, but they won't take the additional step to do the arrest.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I think they know that they can't do that stuff.
As far as the property on Dove Road,
And I do have, Doug, you get that,
Did you miss us?
Oh, absolutely.
came up. I got it, I took it.
He come out looking for us.
Do you think so?
I don't know. He come out looking and went right back in. He misses me, man. Oh. Huh?
Okay, it's just as big.
Yeah.
Any further discussion?
I just made a
So Jill didn't
comment.
attend the meeting
You know,
today. She opened up.
the market where it is, Johnson grass is
Well, I wonder why she wasn't at the meeting. I mean, that's part of her
do
responsibility,
that, or,
isn't it?
whatever, but at least a couple of strikes.
Hmm.
Can't get through the gate.
Maybe she'll just shut up.
Public works back there.
Thanks, Candy.
Um,
Around here, you'll get charged with something for saying hi.
I I mean, I think Alan can cover it.
Right.
What kind of fear they put into people?
According to the people down here,
Okay.
and actually, if
So
their
anything
teaching
else?
officer says that about me, I can't say anything to anybody in the courthouse.
All those in favor say aye. Motion carried 3-0. I think that's, we'll just talk to Mr. Johnson once we get it done. Get him signed up, see. What do you think it's gonna take to make it all done?
Be nice.
Do it without tax, county tax dollars?
Oh, you're right.
Poor guy.
It's a poor little county violating rights. Since they're a poor little county, I don't get to do anything back on it. They can just violate rights because they're just a poor little county. D.L. Henderson. What a fucking pussy bitch. Maybe someday it'll happen to you there, D.L. Henderson. We'll see what kind of tune you're singing.
I, you know, and I appreciate what you're doing because, you know, we just didn't have a good marketing. And that's what real estate,
People do.
you know, they market properly.
Just have Sherry, I did contact Alan.
So one of the things they claimed about my court request, I saw an email
Where the situation is.
that they're worried about us finding out where these cameras look. Yeah, and it's like, dude, I can go online and look up that law and look at what it looks at.
Okay, procurement policy.
That's exactly right. Last I checked, Elk County, as small as it is still in America. And they have to follow the Constitution. Doesn't fucking matter what size they are. I'm so tired of these motherfuckers just on board with government. Just on board with them.
That was just beside himself.
Exactly right, AP. Well, poor county, they eat well, especially the cows. Well, that's pig slop. They just put in the trough and they line up, stuff their little faces.
That's funny.
Can't just figure it out.
I don't know. He's probably at work.
Right.
Budget preparation.
2026.
Just like, Joe's and
Well, I move to approve the
Don't matter, D.L. Henderson, where we live. We're still Americans. The Constitution follows us. And you know what, man? It's like I was on a submarine living under the ocean protecting the rights of motherfuckers like you that just sit there and say, oh, you know what? They don't live there, so their rights don't count for them. Well, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Fucking commie piece of shit.
It's been moved to second to approve the audit prepared by Jared Phillips.
Well, someday I hope it doesn't happen to you there, Henderson. You go in there and try to speak and somebody doesn't like what you're saying and do it to you. Fuck you.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Motion carried 3-0. Yes, sir.
I move to approve contract. Terry Gilmore Phillips to do the 2026 budgets in the amount of $2,000.
been moved and seconded to approve Jared Gilmore Phillips to prepare the 2026 budget.
It looks a little more bright.
$2,950.
Yeah, he gets a little agitated.
Any further discussion?
Yeah.
All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried 3-0.
He doesn't look near as tasty anymore.
Yeah. We're in Howard, Kansas. That's where the courthouse is here for Elk County, where this meeting is. Somebody's asking what town we're in.
Okay.
That was a quarterback in high school. And he's just never come down. He's been living in
New business, carrying on,
living off
community building solutions, HVAC and window, floor yours.
I touched base with Jacob. I understand you called him just a little while ago, but we did just want to stop there and revisit this just a little bit more with you guys. So we just wanted to stop back in. I know we were last here back in May, and I've kind of given you a couple months to kind of sit on it, maybe let the wheels turn a little bit. You know, we first came out here in March, and I think back then when we had spoke with Dawn, it had been on a few agendas previously. So this has been something you guys have been considering, and our goal is that we're gaining your trust and confidence that we would be able to deliver a high quality project for the county. We've done our walkthroughs, we've come back with you know, budgetary pricing, high end, low end. Basically, we're wanting to, hoping to keep moving forward with you guys, and we're hoping that that feeling is mutual on your behalf. But basically, where we left it was at the Kansas Historical Society, getting information on your guys' behalf on the projects for the windows and HVAC. The determination that we came to with the Kansas Historical Society was that, you know, if you use their tax credits, they're going to have final say on the upgrades that are allowed and that they are allowed to be used, what it's going to be used for. So I think when we last touched base, it was roughly 10% if it was used towards windows, 10% would be able to be new windows, everything else would be you know, refurbished. Whereas if you don't use their tax credits, you're able to replace any of the windows, they can't say no. And it will not have any determination on your historical status standing. So I guess where we stand now is really just, is there anything more that we can, you know, provide for you all? You know, I don't know if you have any questions since we last spoke. I know it hasn't really been discussed from what I had mentioned, and I've touched base with Dawn as well. But I don't know if there's anything that had popped up in your mind over the last, you know, month or so that you might have any more questions on or anything.
As far as what we're gonna do, I mean, we've got an idea, but it's our biggest holdup right now, trying to figure out how we can make this work financially.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we're, I mean, that's where we're leaning to from.
Yeah.
We're working on it slowly but surely.
I guess one thing that on our end, for as such as like a timeline, I think our goal the last couple of times was to enter into an agreement with you all in order to get final pricing, final design, that sort of thing. So as far as financial, you don't have to have an idea of how you're going to pay for it at this point in time. It says there at the bottom, you know, our agreement when we come back to you with final design and pricing, please do not move forward with a $9,000 cost. If you do move forward, that fee is waived. And as we stand now, you know, the timeline we're looking at, it would roughly take, you know, 2, probably 3 months to come back with final pricing, design, that sort of thing. So the more we, and we're more than happy to keep coming back and revisiting this with you guys. But it's looking like a 6 to 7 month time frame, and at that point you're risking contractors reevaluating their costs as the year comes around.
So those guys that just came in are next on the agenda. They're gonna be gone for just a little bit.
Wanna go up to the gate?
We'll go up and ask them. I want to find out, see if our name's on any kind of register yet.
For the charges?
Yeah. Check and see if we're on any kind of register list for the charges. Let me pull this up.
This was already open when you came up here. Didn't blame for anything. Maybe even gonna open the door for us, aren't I? Not sure who it is. I think they're intentionally blowing us off.
Aaron?
Hi, how are you? I know this is probably a really good question.
Let's go to the sheriff's office.
I got this to fill out about attorney duty. However, I didn't know this just applied to myself, but I also.
You're right about the kind of thing. She's not, it's watershed. She's professional.
I didn't know
She's courteous.
how that worked on, because I know some places like,
It's unfortunate that she's the only one.
It really is, because there's really no reason for it.
other ones. Okay, this one just applies to you.
Ready?
Okay, that's why I was sitting, I thought, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I don't wanna hurt you. No.
I'm not gonna answer.
Okay, honey.
Knuckleheads.
I didn't call anybody, thank you.
Unbelievable. You know?
I don't know why they wouldn't even answer the door. But that's what they're gonna do. Obviously, they're not too worried about charging anybody if they're not even gonna answer the door, so.
There's that transparency.
Yeah. You gonna go over to the sheriff?
Yeah, we'll just walk by. I noticed.
Okay.
Try and come back in.
Huh?
Try and come back in. At this point, Perry Russell said we're good to go, didn't he?
That's
Coming out?
kind of what I thought.
You're a veteran?
I am.
Thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate you. My name is Heather, and you are?
Justin.
Justin. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. All right. Seemed like a nice lady.
Yeah. He didn't want to talk about Watts. I asked him if he had Eric on light duty. He didn't want to say anything.
Who? Love?
No, old Dan
Oh.
Sanders.
Is he that was the maintenance supervisor?
Yeah, so I'm assuming he's probably Eric's supervisor, right?
Probably, I was.
So we got a game warden here. Oh boy, there's all kinds of cars here today. Look at that. No audio, video. Boy, they have invested in these signs. I mean, look at that. That is some badass shit right there. That is nice. That is nice. Hey. That is awesome.
Well, what do you want to ring?
Well, I don't want to talk to the sheriff about these damn signs out front. Who's he fooling? So, how much money are we spending on these signs now? Hello?
Black Mirror time. That's right, AB. It's Black
Yeah.
Mirror time.
Black Mirror time, and she's probably not going to answer.
Deja vu.
Yeah, talk to the sheriff, please, or the undersheriff. Well, I'd like to find out why we're spending so much county money on these big signs out front here for no recording. We're both recording right now. Okay, we are. I don't know if you want to make a report on it, but we'd like to talk to somebody about these signs because there's a recording that's allowed in here, and if you guys are spending so much money on these signs outside here, that's a concern.
Don't know what that means in terms of customer service.
That's a different person too. Doesn't sound like Susan.
The sheriff's car is there, says someone.
Is that his right there? The white one? Is that his, the white one, guys?
Hey, there's Janet Harrington. They need to spell. Is that saying August 1987? Is that what it's appointed?
August, A-U-G-E-S-T.
Come on now. Let's get that. Let's get that corrected. Janet is a very nice lady.
Hello?
They gotta do this shit again, I guess.
I'm not sitting here 4 hours again. Was that his car? I'm looking to see. Somebody say that that was his car out there? But check out that sign though. Check out this sign. Reflective and everything. It says no audio video recording.
And that's in addition to the one that they put up last time.
In addition to the ones they had last time. So, who do we need to take that? I guess the purse is next door at the county.
Back to the clerk, I guess.
Yeah.
She's the only reasonable person around here.
I guess we'll go back over there and try to actually handle. Because I mean, literally, the kind of money they're spending around here to put up bullshit signs like that, that's crazy.
No video or audio recording.
Right, that's crazy. Some restricted area? You mean the sheriff's lobby is a restricted area?
But look how it goes. So when we first came up here, this sign didn't exist and this sign didn't exist. We
Right.
come up here, this sign exists, says no photography, no video recording. Now it says no video or audio recording. It just gets longer and longer and
Right.
longer. They're reacting to people coming and trying
What
to
a-
hold them accountable.
So
This will continue to grow.
this is supposedly the sheriff's car, isn't it?
pretty soon it'll say, close your eyes when you come in here. You can't see anything.
Elk County Sheriff right there. This guy over here is running. I don't know who that is. So obviously John Walker's in there, isn't he, guys? So this is his car right here, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. They got more sheriffs down there.
I thought somebody told me that he drives this Durango.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah.
Should go in there and be like, game warden, please.
That's crazy that they're spending money on signs like that. That's craziness. Lady over at dispatch, just let us in.
Good afternoon.
Open the door, please.
Department, please.
Go into the meeting, open the door, please.
Could you state your name for me, please?
Joe.
Go right ahead.
Huh? Yeah. So does the sheriff submit his expenditures to you guys?
That would be something that Carrie would take up.
Carrie would? Okay. All right. So, well, I think I'm not leaving until we talk to somebody about them spending money on bullshit signs like that.
You ain't gonna get no answer.
Huh?
You ain't gonna get no answer.
I think the only thing to do at this point is to probably go ahead and file lawsuits. Because they're not going to listen. I think we'll give them just about everything.
Well, yes, definitely. There's no way. Shutting down free speech.
Why don't I hear it?
You get the group chats. I get the.
Got it.
That's the fucking question, isn't it?
Yeah, that's your cowboy Doug Hendricks.
Well, I just read through here, it said, it has an unlimited talk and text, and that's usually catchphrase for cellular service.
So with this, grant application, from my understanding of, but, my understanding was that it was not being expansion of your
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of pointless to even try to entertain talks with these guys anymore.
Yeah, it's
Just
done,
start
it's done.
filing actions.
Yeah, it's done, it's
That's
done.
about all we can do.
We can go eat. You wanna go eat or what you wanna do?
Go grab something to eat. But it's too bad that somebody doesn't want to actually fix the problem. So Justin, does that mean that they're there?
That's what it means. Now, they might be busy. I mean, they might be busy. Doubtful, but it could be.
Yeah, I thought so.
What?
He's there. John is in there. Walker is next door.
I'm sure. Well, I'm saying he could be busy.
He ain't busy.
He could be. I ain't saying like he is. I'm just saying like, I mean, he really could be going.
He ain't busy. I don't know that he would know how to be busy.
What do you want to do? You want to
I
leave?
mean, he has to carry all that weight around and shit.
You want to leave?
Well, I think it's time to just go start filing everything now. If they're not going to do anything, just go file it all. Giving them time to act, haven't we? Giving them plenty of time to act. I want to see Walker. That's the tough part. He's going to hide out in there all day.
Yeah,
I want to see Walker.
We have never been able to have an interaction with him. He
Oh, I
ignores
did.
us. Well, but he doesn't engage.
He did a little bit. He thought he was going to do well in the primary.
Oh.
But so I wonder who this guy is that pulls up over here. He was sitting out here watching us a little bit ago
He
too.
was. Yeah, now he's back. Tell me about that.
Anybody know who that is? In the silver Ford there?
Yeah, this person says every time they show up, they hide in their office and watch the stream.
Yeah, probably.
Like, are they gone yet? Can we come out?
So no, Johnny Walker, we're not gone. We're talking about that sign that you spent money on. That means absolutely dick. You know, Mr. Lawman. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go in here and just kind of see. I'm gonna see if I can get a ticket for filming. Everybody in Elk County, just so you're aware, those signs right there that say no recording, there's nothing that can come with that. There's nothing that they can do about that.
And to the person that just asked if that was Paul Dean's truck, no, he's still in the meeting. This truck has been driven since we've been here before and back. But he does drive a similar looking truck.
Yep. So yeah, we're in here filming. Does the sheriff want to come arrest us?
Mike can't even get arrested.
I can't get arrested, nothing, man. It's always you. They did arrest me though.
The bad
We have
touch.
something coming from that.
Bad touch.
But this is kind of interesting. They put up all these signs, and the only people that they're scaring are the people that aren't educated about it.
Right, exactly.
And I think we're taking care of that. We're in here filming. I'm pretty sure that the sheriff is in here since his car is out there. And they said Beaumont was here too. It looks like Love must have walked that far over to the freaking courthouse for his
I don't
meeting.
believe it. Jill must have dropped him off.
That's a long way to walk, man. But yeah, I can't see a damn thing. they got it blacked out, man.
They sure do.
More than they did before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
They've got it blacked out even more than they did before. Isn't that
I got
something?
like paper over it or something.
They do put up another piece of glass. Yeah, there's 2 of them in there now.
Is that right? Even more money. Even more money spent.
I don't know if that's fresh glass or not, but that's interesting that they would take all those extra steps. Yeah, last time we were in here, we were able to look back and look and see them. So we've spent extra money to hide behind the glass, spent extra money to put up signs that mean nothing. All right, well.
And we gotta ignore it here, and we gotta ignore the DA's office. Come over to ask them legitimate questions. They don't want to hear from us.
Yeah.
That's something.
Screw it. Let's go file paperwork on these people. I'll walk over here and see who this guy is. I think we'll go file. Yep. How's it going? Seen the sheriff at all? Well, are you a resident here?
Yeah. What's your name? Brian.
We're live, so you know. But yeah, all those signs up there that they're spending money on, saying no recording inside a room that you can record in.
Yeah.
It's wild, man. It's really
I
wild.
think much could come out of that. You know what I mean?
I mean, it doesn't make sense to spend money on something you can't enforce. That and the way that they're doing the county room over there just a little bit ago, shutting him down. You can't cuss in there.
So your guys' thing, isn't it kind of the not thinking you shouldn't have the button on the...
Oh yeah.
Right, that's the main thing?
Well, that's what got it started.
Well,
was the fact that they arrested Robert over
Walker
that.
got arrested.
Because what happened? He didn't tell him
He didn't want to tell him, and
his name or what?
Yeah,
they just ask you your name, don't they?
Yeah, I told him Joe a minute ago. That's
Well,
not my name.
Right.
The first time we went, they asked him where he was from.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not just a name. They ask your business too, where you're going.
Right.
And then another time they
this one's
told us,
sitting
well,
over
if
here.
the clerk ain't there, then I'm not going to buzz you in. It's like, oh, really? It's a public building. We can go in there. What if I had other business elsewhere? I mean, it's just,
That's like
it's
the main thing
ridiculous.
you guys are trying to get fixed, right?
Well, that's what started it.
Oh.
For me, it's
What is it now?
It's
There's a lot
the-
of stuff going
The
on here.
unlawful arrest. So, you know, we've both been unlawfully arrested while doing constitutionally protected activities. And that makes it unlawful. So when we saw Robert Walker get arrested unlawfully he was exercising his First Amendment right, that made us interested. And as soon as we came down here, we immediately got met with just, you know, misdirection and unwillingness to help. And then the county attorney, Jill Gillette, went into court and started lying about us having, you know, evidence in a hearing, and that they need extra security up there. And then they tried to say they're going to press charges on us. So it just kind of they were going to
Supposedly, we leaked medical information that she's the one that actually put it out in the public domain online.
Well, the charges
in the middle of the hearing.
The charges are they lied and said that we were harassing the county clerk employees in there, and that they made a statement. Well, they said they never made a statement. It's a complete lie. They completely.
But I mean,
made it up.
your goal is about the not being able to have to say your name to check in. And I mean, that's the main thing, right?
That's one of them. That's what started.
It's not right.
You're not going to find a main thing.
So what do you do about that?
When
like,
there's
launch it?
so
like,
many.
what do you do about that? You know what I mean?
Well,
what can you do?
There's a couple things we could do. One of them, I think, is the most important thing, is we're documenting, we're exposing, and we're hoping citizens like you will see those signs and be like, you know what, fuck this, I'm going to record, or I'm going to go in there. You know, it's up to the citizens really, and to get behind it.
But I mean, how do you get that changed? Like, really, how do you get it changed? How do you get it? Like, who institutes it?
Who instituted it is supposedly the county commission. The county
Okay.
commission said they had a resolution that came into place in like 2010. Well, those are unlawful. They're not real. So I mean, any kind of legal, civil way that we can get it done, we'll get it done.
That could be a part of Robert's.
Wait, okay, so the county commission institutes.
That's what they said.
The
But-
buzzer.
But
That's
they
what they
still
said.
haven't produced a document showing that for us.
Oh.
Yep, that's the claim. So
But I mean, let's just say it's against the Fourth Amendment. Then what do you do to get it removed? I mean, what do you? If they say no, what do you do?
You have to challenge it.
Like
and
how
that's
though? Literally, like how do you do it?
legally, the way, well,
Civil
Robert's case
litigation.
will be a challenge on it.
Just you just get an attorney and file whatever, filing something in court to get it removed.
Mhm.
Just ask for it to be removed and then see what happens.
Well, if you can get someone that'll want to do that, and like Michael was saying there, Robert Walker's case centers around that, so it'll be an issue. That's one of the violations there that makes it unlawful.
What was he arrested for?
Disorderly conduct, and that's what I was arrested for at a county commission as well. And
This one or somewhere else?
No, back in Douglas County, where Lawrence is. That's where I was living.
What's the definition of disorderly?
Well, that's the thing. So it has to include fighting words, and fighting words,
Fighting words.
Yep. Like, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. Let's go outside. That kind of
Right.
shit. And as long as that doesn't happen, that's not disorderly conduct. It has to have that. And so he didn't do that. So
Are
the
fighting words then defined, or is it just
Yes.
up for interpretation?
No,
Well,
the fighting words doctrine defines a true threat.
Yep. And so that didn't happen with him. The disorderly conduct was brought upon by the officer who arrested him, and that's not allowed either. So he wasn't doing anything disorderly to them. And if you don't have fighting words, then it's not disorderly. And so they just make stuff up. They make stuff up.
And then he got assaulted in there. You've seen the videos of that arrest.
Yeah, he got.
I've seen all your guys' stuff.
What Watts did to him.
You
that
see
was
Robert
wrong.
Walker when he was arrested, and they slammed him down.
Yeah.
Like, basically
Seen them. I think
chokes
I've watched everything.
Have you really? We
Yeah.
appreciate that.
I was just trying to figure out, like,
Jill
I'm a little
claims-
confused as to what your current mission is, though, because at first it
It's
seemed
always exposure.
clear, and then now I'm not sure.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yeah.
the-
No, I mean, it seemed like for sure you were trying to get the button removed.
But
Now
we-
I'm not really
change,
sure.
yeah.
what we thought we were going to do is come down here and work to get that button removed.
Okay.
That's what we came down here to do.
That's what I thought.
Okay, here's the problem though. We walk into town and everybody that's in charge around here loses their damn mind, and we run into all this other stuff.
Yeah.
We could have been in and out
But, I
of
mean,
here.
what'd you do? Just say, hey, we think this should be removed, and then they're like, no.
So far. Well, no. They haven't even said that. They haven't even produced the documents. So that's another issue that we're going into is we've done these core requests. That's the Kansas Open Record
And they've completely
Act.
ignored them.
And they have requirements that you have to respond by, and they haven't done that. So they haven't even produced what we requested to know what even the ordinance says or who signed off on it or what authority
Delay.
they have.
They're
It's
going to have
delay.
to
It's
eventually.
delay. Yeah, and they'll have to eventually. I mean, just because stuff doesn't change right away doesn't mean stuff ain't still working and in motion. This stuff just takes time. It just takes time.
Yeah.
The only thing about it is change ain't gonna happen if we all stay home. You know what I mean? You have to get out here. And you
Don't
have to-
other courthouses have this? Like in Wichita, if you go to the courthouse, you have to, like, do something, don't you?
If they have the full
I mean,
on
you can't
security
just walk
in
in, right?
regular courthouses, you can.
In a-
Who's that?
in a federal
Is that your
courthouse?
game warden?
Looks like it. But I mean, can you just walk? You can't just walk into those, right?
Into a federal
I
courthouse.
feel like everywhere I've ever
Federal
had to go-
courthouses are different.
Oh, okay.
Federal
Yeah, but if you
courthouses
go,
are governed
like
under
if you go to a
different
county
rules.
courthouse, like if you go to Douglas County,
You don't have to
you don't
give
have to
your
do
ID
that.
or
You just
anything.
go through like a metal detector.
Even you have to go through a metal detector, but you don't have to do anything else.
You don't have to give
So you
your
wouldn't
ID
care
or
if you had to
tell
do
them
that. It's just the fact that you have to give your name.
No, I'm not saying that either.
Oh.
The issue is the reason why I say that is because you have to surrender your Second Amendment right to carry a weapon in there.
Oh, gotcha.
So we're forced to give up certain rights to go in and exercise other rights, and that just ain't right. And it makes it even worse. Like here, there's no metal detector. That's a bad example. At the courthouse, another courthouse in Lawrence, where the county commission meetings are located, they have the no gun sign on the front, so you can't bring a gun in there. But they don't have metal detectors in there, and so why that's an issue is because now us law-abiding citizens will surrender our weapons to go in there, but there's no guarantee that the crazy guy with the gun is going to come in and there's no
Just obey the sign.
just obey the sign. And so now we're all sitting ducks because they say we can't bring our guns in here, and that's just not the way that it's supposed to operate.
Even with the magnetometers, they don't require your name and what your business is.
Right.
And that's really what this is about. And they're not accomplishing anything, by keeping people out. that
So what do
way.
you need now? Like what else is on your on your to-do list?
Well, what just happened now is when I was speaking, I was using what they call vulgar language, and they stopped me from speaking. And that is a First Amendment right. It doesn't matter if you like me or don't like me. You're not allowed to do that to somebody. We're Americans, man. We can go in and say any word we want to say. It's ridiculous that they get to say like vulgarity not allowed. That's a restriction on the First Amendment. That's the kind of stuff that I would hope would rile people up, because, you know, it could be you, man. I mean, you could go in there, let's say you got something you want to talk to them about, and that you don't present it in a way that they like. You're probably saying, oh, don't worry, I will. Well, you just never know, man. There could be a commissioner that's like, you know what, fuck you, Brian. I don't want to hear what you have to say. And then it'll become an issue for you.
So what do you want?
Well, we'll see. I got an attorney. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. No, I think I've seen most of it. I just thought most of it was centered around the button, and then I felt like it kind of got a little.
That's where it started. It went sideways
Not really
because
sure
the
now.
rest of the county is got their own ideas of the way our rights are, and that's not quite accurate.
Yeah, what happens when you show up and start exposing them is they react. So yeah, the button started it, but they start reacting, and then it becomes other things, you know. And that's what the exposure does.
Yeah.
You know. So what are you? What do you do? Do you work for the government?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. You don't have to tell me what you do, but I didn't know if you were going into work here or.
Oh, I had seen you guys around, so.
Oh, you came down?
I was just curious what your where you were at in
Are
your
you
pursuit.
Susan?
I couldn't really tell.
Hell no.
Oh, okay, good.
She weighs like about 100 pounds more being ugly as hell.
Shoot. No, I appreciate you coming
luck.
by and looking, man.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Brian.
Good luck.
Take care, man.
Yep.
Take care, man. Do you have people on the stream?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of like,
What did they say? 150.
I wasn't really watching it, but it's interesting that he's going to come up and, well, I thought you guys were on the button thing, and
He didn't sound like he really was supporting us. Did he?
yeah, he didn't sound like it. But if we're on the button thing, how come you're all distracted? Well, because your damn county went fucking crazy.
He's
that's
like, I
why.
kind of lost what you guys are doing now. Well, yeah, well, talk to your local government about why this is happening.
Exactly.
You want to take off?
Yeah, I think we're probably done here. Let's go grab something to eat and boogie out and go. Be nice if they would just. Fuck it. I guess you're gonna have to file something against everybody.
The thing that, are you still going?
Yeah.
The thing that is a total head scratcher to me is how they all want to hide behind. I mean, just look at how he started off the meeting today, the commission meeting. Jake, he said, I want to apologize for the behavior last week. And it's like, well, what behavior are you talking about? Because behavior can be criminalized. And you guys didn't criminalize anything we did because we were just speaking words. And that's a tactic of these assholes. And if you guys start going to your meetings and speaking, you'll see what they do. They try to take your words and transform it into behavior so that they can criminalize it, because they can't criminalize your words.
Right.
So he's gaslighting and saying, well, those guys were behaving poorly. I'm sorry about that. But you go back and check the film, and all we were doing is talking, just like last night, or just like earlier today. It's fucking bullshit, man. It's a total gaslight.
All right. Well, I'm gonna shut down the stream, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and
Appreciate you guys watching.
tell Connie and Flo we'll be over for a burger in a minute. See you guys. Thanks for coming.